Hello, welcome. Marlene here. The other day, Haniela was telling me she wanted to do a 50 Shades of Purple collaboration, and so that's what we've got for you today. She made these gorgeous petal-shaped cookies. You'll find the link to her video in the description box as well as on the screen here to the right. And for my project, I made these hexagon cookies, and now on to the step-by-step tutorial. On my hexagon cookies, I've got some white icing. I'm outlining it and flooding in the same icing. My hole, I should say, since this is a tipless bag, I cut a small hole. I want straight, sharp lines around the edge. This is geometric, so I'm trying to get it as polished as possible. Just like that, and now immediately flooding. And once these have had time to dry, we'll be able to paint them. This step is optional. It does take time, but it also is very pretty, so it's up to you if you want to add these little dots all around. I'm adding them in white because I'm airbrushing around the edges, and this way I'll have them gold at the same time as when I get the cookie gold. So I don't have to come in and fuss painting these. They'll get airbrushed at the same time. Just like that. And the icing is exactly the same consistency as I was using to flood and outline. I just have a piping tip now, and I'm just squeezing a little amount of icing, touching the cookie, and then leaving a little space and doing it again. So a slight squeeze, trying to repeat the same size all the way around. And then we're going to let these dry a little bit. Again, we don't want the stencil to damage these little details. So it's important to leave a slight space in between, or else everything will just melt together and you won't get this little dotted look. The gold airbrush will sit nicely on the cookie, like it's a good background. You see there? This one here, they were too close. These are the sprinkles I'll be using, and my apologies, I have no idea where to direct you so you could purchase your own. These were a gift. I have no clue, and so these will be the perfect little accents on my tiles. So we'll just move them to the side there. Here are my cookies. I've got some washers and some magnets to hold down the plastic so it doesn't fly around. And I'm just going to airbrush these in gold color. It's not metallic, it's just gold color. And I'm just lightly hitting them directly above to not get any overspray. And this will give me a nice backdrop for when I hit with the actual metallic gold. Now, because I cut my own stencils, I was able to make plenty of the little plastic shields, and I can make 4 cookies at a time, which is great. Now I'm just actually using the Rolcom Gold to finish these off and get them metallic. And there. spitting up a storm. Let's see. Using my needle here to lift these off. I've got a little bit of a smudge there. My icing had dried several hours, but it looks like it wasn't dry enough. There. You see, I dropped it on it. Ah! You have to lift it off. I'm going to airbrush it again here. Pretty cool. I'm going to wash them and I'm going to get this one again. And now that gold cookie we did before, we're lining the points of this in the points of the gold area there, and we're airbrushing this. For this cookie here, I want to create a bit of a fade in the middle, so I'm repositioning the stencil. And I'm just going to hit the center to darken it a little bit. Just like that. The time is 5 minutes to pipe this one, so pretty long for a cookie, and that's not even the whole, the whole thing, if at least it was all done. Okay, so I'm just at the edge of the gold there, and then outlining each petal. Stop here, continue on the gold, and that's how you work your way around without breaking your line, should you want to work like that. A little dollop at the end of each of these petals. And we're touching that icing to make the tip of the needle sticky, which allows us to pick up our little It's not long that the icing is dry and isn't even sticky, if you can believe that. I'm trying. Okay, there it is. I like to pick up a whole cluster of them so I can kind of go fast. There. And now I'm going to stick another. So here, halfway you make your dollop. Like that. And then to all of these we stick again, but I'm using the lighter of the sprinkles. Center cluster, and we're doing 7 little sprinkles here. And now to add a little bit of the gold to the petals, I'm doing 5 dots. So small, bigger, bigger, and then back to smaller. So I'm just repeating that on all 6 of these petals. Here are the cookies. At the bottom, I came in with the paintbrush and painted my pipe lines with some Rolcom Gold. And you can decide if you want to do that. I mean, they're still pretty up here. It's just you're not getting the metallic on the lines. It's entirely up to you. It is very, very time consuming to come in with a small brush and paint all these, but if you're making a gift or you don't have that many, it's doable, but just know that it is very time consuming to do. Yeah, it's time consuming. If you like to fiddle and this is your cup of tea, then go for it, but not everybody has it in them to do this type of detail. And here are the 3 designs together. Having 3 designs, you can actually set them up so that 2 of the same are not touching, and you can create a really nice platter. This was actually inspired by those home renovation shows. It's been a trend to use these hexagon tiles on the bathroom floors. So now don't forget to check out Haniela's tutorial. You'll find the link in the description box as well as to the right of the screen here. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future uploads. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.